Govind, should we wait for another 2-3 minutes or how is it?
Sir, we can start, sir.
Okay, great. Mr. Amit Jain has joined?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So, dear learners, I think we have met 2 weeks back, but again
Yes.
for the sessions we are starting today. So, good morning to all of you and welcome to the 94th session of ISTD program, EGP TL&D
ఎందుకు
program.
అంటారు బిడ్డ? ఒక నిమిషం.
Some of these, I think, mic is on. Can you please switch it off? As we go ahead in this journey of the learning, some of you maybe having less experience, more experience, very high experience, professionals. Some people, some students maybe want to move from a different field, HR field to a trading field, and many other skills that you would like to acquire. This program, this 1.5 years or 1 year, 6 months program followed by the project is going to give you the necessary skills and the competencies to be a great trading professional. Some of you may be working in the trading field, but to get the necessary skills as a trainer, as a good trading person or a good trading manager, this entire program is definitely going to help you. We have already completed 93 batches. With batch. I wish all the students, all learners, if I may say, all the best in this program and hope that we'll continue meeting as time goes on. I'll be joining you as and when in some of the batches or some of the sessions I'll be joining in. Thank you and wish you all the best. Gurvinder, over to you.
Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Amit Jain to start with the class, sir.
Sure. Thank you so much, Mr. Saha, for initiating the program. Dear participants, my name is Professor Amit Jain. Currently, I'm President and Vice Chancellor at Amity University, Jaipur. I've been associated with the training and development field for almost 2 decades now, wherein I have been a member of the National Council of ISTD for many, many years. I headed the Jaipur chapter for many years. And I have been doing training programs and consulting for several organizations. I believe 50 plus organizations have been associated as a consultant and trainer, wherein I have done training programs for them on different aspects, ranging from effective selling skills to leadership to communication to conflict to negotiation. Many programs over these years. I believe so far around 7,000 odd participants would have benefited from my several training programs. I also happen to be a visiting professor with foreign university, capital of IIM Ahmedabad. I specialize in management, marketing, leadership, and communication, especially. As far as my training goes, I've been a visiting professor with UTS Sydney in Australia, with a university called Széchenyi István in Hungary, a university called János University in Slovakia, and Ravensburg-Weingarten University in Germany. In addition to this, I've been associated with various professional bodies also, like All India Management Association. ISTD happens to be one of the topmost and the apex body of trainers and professionals in the domain, and I've been associated with this. A long association with this specific program also. So as I shared that this is the 94th batch, I believe almost I've been associated as a trainer and teacher for almost 17, 18 odd years. That means 30, 35 batches I would have taken for this program. And I have seen this program evolving for many years in different versions. So that is about me. Rest can be explored on LinkedIn. A very warm welcome to all the participants for this program. This being the first paper and this being the first session, I have that responsibility to introduce, the organization, to introduce myself. And definitely, I would love to know about many of you, all of you, during the course of this program and session. If I'll start taking introduction, probably the entire first session will be gone. So I'll not do that. Definitely, I've received the participant list. And I know that many of you are from different domains, different organizations, some from public sector, some from corporate organizations, some from MNCs. So definitely, uh, we will have very interactive and engaging sessions. So many of you will get an opportunity to introduce yourself as well as talk about yourself. So with this backdrop, I'll just take a minute to start my session uh, before I load my presentation. Just a minute. Right. So fine. If someone can confirm if the presentation is visible.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir, it's visible.
visible, sir. Yes, visible, sir.
And
It's visible, sir.
just a basic hygiene check. My sound voice is properly audible.
Good morning,
Yes,
sir.
yes, yes, sir.
Very good morning.
Yes.
I hope I am properly audible. I'm properly visible, and the
Yes, yes, you
Yes,
are.
sir.
Yes,
You
sir.
are.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
fine.
Yes,
So,
you are.
so definitely it's time to get started. A very warm welcome once again to all the participants. As I can see, we have already around 150 participants joined in here, and definitely delivering a training session, that too already to the trainers. I mean, those people who are already in the training domain is a tough task. Honestly speaking, this will be more of sharing of our experiences. And probably while sharing those experiences, we will learn from each other. And that's what the mode of operations or modus operandi, if I put it that way, will be for our sessions. Okay, so what exactly are the outcomes these days? As all of you are aware, that we don't talk about our objectives, we definitely talk about outcomes, right? So journey of 1,000 miles begin with the first step, and today we are taking the first step, but we need to know our destination. And this is true for every training program also, that all of us need to know our destination, all of us need to know our outcomes that we are expecting from this particular course, right? So, as part of the learning outcomes of this particular program, and to some extent, learning outcomes of this particular course, our focus here is to understand the concept of different learning types. So, there are different types of learners, and we need to appreciate that fact. Every teacher and trainer need to understand and adjust as per the requirements of the audience. And that's what basically we try to do when we do a training need analysis, TNA or TNI, as we call it, right? So identify individual learning preferences. We should be able to apply suitable methods of effective learning. We should focus on improving knowledge, skills, and performance. We should focus on developing critical thinking and problem solving ability, enhance communication and understanding, increase confidence in learning task. I mean, make learning easy for the participants. That's what job of a trainer or a training manager is, and achieve specific learning goals successfully, which might be there for each and every program. Before I start, let's start with a simple quiz. Let us see what your expectations are from this particular program. So what I have said here is that what are the major challenges you face while designing, developing, conducting training programs. So these are the basic tasks of a training manager. And when I say training manager, I'm using a general term to represent everyone, the training facilitators, the training coordinators, the training managers, and the L&D head of the organization. So I'm using a generic term when I say training manager throughout my delivery of this particular course. Right. So you have two, three options. You can go to menti.com and enter the access code. You can scan the QR code. I assure you, your money will not be deducted. Or, and you can respond very quickly to this. So your time starts now. Very good. Many of you have already started responding. Perfect. So you have limited time. So those who are able to answer in that limited time will only be able to have their share of voice in this particular exercise.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning.
This is S.G. Goswami.
Yeah.
Uh, I just a minute, sir. I just retired in October 25 as
Okay.
additional general manager from TSDC India Limited, Tehri Dam project.
Which organization, sir?
Tehri Hydro Development. This is TSDC
Okay,
India
okay.
Limited. I think
Right,
I'm
right,
now
right.
audible. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes,
Sir,
yes, yes.
yes, I have scanned this barcode. What we have to enter now?
There will be a quiz. There will be a question, and you can type in your response in that.
Okay, sir. Okay. It says enter a word, but what a word I have scanned this.
Yeah.
And the window opened, it says enter a word.
Yeah, enter a word for the question. The question is, what are the major challenges you face while designing, developing, or conducting a training program? So I basically want to understand your needs and your expectation. So in one or two words, you can define what are the major challenges or problems that you face as a training manager. Right, sir?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, Srijata.
Good morning, sir. I'm very sorry I'm unable to turn on the camera right now.
No problem.
Some
Tell me.
network issues. Sir, I wanted to ask, since I'm working with a university, so for us, my main reason for joining this course is that I want to shift to corporates. I am not meant for
Mhm.
university teaching. But what I've realized is in universities, we are not allowed even to make our own training tools or, a syllabus for the students. We have to follow what the university gives us, and most of the time it does not even adhere to the needs in the industry right now. So
Mhm.
how do we combat that, sir? How do I give my students, the ones I'm teaching right now, the best
Right, right,
that it
right,
will give?
right, right. So, perfect. By the time others respond, I can respond to this particular query. So, it depends on the organization and the kind of university setup you are in. For example, what we have done at our university is that we have created an industry advisory board for each and every program. Right. And we offer 70 plus degree programs in different domains, ranging from management, law, fashion, fine arts, everything. So for every program, we have an industry advisory board comprising of 7, 8 members. Every 6 months, this board sits, right? The board is chaired by the industry person. The vice chair is the director of my institute. and they give their suggestions and feedback, and we take their advice quite literally in terms of implementing the changes. And we do talk about not only the curriculum, the syllabus, but we do talk about pedagogy and the innovative methods that can be adopted in order to facilitate effective teaching and learning. So it is very much possible. And in this program, I believe you will learn a lot of such tools and techniques that you can incorporate in your regular teaching. So I have played my dual role for last 25 years, been a trainer and a corporate coach with several organizations, and I have been a professor teaching globally, right? And what
Yeah.
I used is a mix of both teaching and training, and that works best.
Okay, so thank you so much. I think this will really help me, because what I realize is the students come up to me and say, "Ma'am, you can teach us interview, but what do we do when we reach the organization? We have no idea what to do."
Right.
And
So
that
those
becomes
practical skills. So, when we design our program, when we design our, let's say this training program itself based on the input and the feedback of the participant, it becomes more effective, right? So I'm now putting a timer of, let's say, last 1 minute.
Sir, this is Vibhav Agarkar here.
Yeah.
So I have had a, you can say, kind of a dream, you can say.
Mhm.
Since the start, I started my career in a skill development institute. So I just, like when you put something in a bottle, you can measure it. कि कितना liquid, let's say उसका बड़ा. In the same way, you know, if I teach something, or वो can, physically in the brain कोई ऐसा area है जहाँ you can actually see something part growing. Now it may sound stupid maybe, but
No, not at all. So, you need not to look into the CT scan of the brain to understand whether your participants have understood or learned the concept that you are teaching or not. A very simple way is that every training ends with evaluation. And there are ways and means, and in fact, last two chapters that we'll be talking in this particular course will focus on training evaluation only. And when we talk about training evaluation, it will be evaluation not only of the participants, but evaluation of the trainer, evaluation of the training process, evaluation of the training content. So everything. So we do talk about a 360-degree appraisal and evaluation in training domain also. And I'll tell you about the measurements, that is the scales by which you can measure. So the way you wanted a bottle to measure, there will be measurement instruments, there will be measurement tools, models that will help you to evaluate.
ठीक है
Yeah,
सर.
yeah, Manish.
Very good morning, sir.
Morning.
Am I audible?
Yes. Go ahead.
So, sir, my question is that we are already teaching one course of soft skill course, that is in university, implementing NEP 2020. So, major universities, most of them are not understanding the need of this soft skills, that project management, you can say the networking, teamwork. So, how can we make them understand that this is important? In line of your conventional education. First thing is that, and the second is how to evaluate our students, sir, because more than 30 cities are teaching this course, so we don't have that evaluation system, okay, as to how the students has progressed.
Perfect. Right. So two things: how to make a university realize, these are new experiments and innovative technologies. Whenever you do an experiment or when you do some innovation, you can only, make people realize the importance by showing the outcomes. And let me share you my outcomes. I can talk about my organization because for last uh, 2 decades at Amity, we have made one course of communication skills mandatory for each and every student. Mandatory in every semester. And we have developed a system which we call as Ascent. Ascent basically means to rise,
Yes.
right? And this is basically Amity system for communication enhancement and transformation. So we always believed in overall personality development and grooming of our students. And that's what we implemented. We see the outcomes. We made one foreign language compulsory for every student. So we have done some experimentation. We could see the outcomes when students come back to us and they tell us that, yeah, that course helped us the most in terms of, our soft skills and our success in the organization, apart from the technical and domain knowledge. That proves our point. Right,
Okay.
Sandeep ji.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Just to add upon your point of how industry and academia can, or how industry can contribute towards academia, and just to answer to ma'am's question. So I'm working in the corporate since the past 25 years, and I'm sitting on the board of studies of my own institute from where I graduated.
Right.
So I am guiding them towards industry-oriented courses, what they can build into their syllabus to make the students what we can call as industry ready. So
Right.
every 6 months we have a meeting, and online we are continuously interacting. And so this way I'm contributing from the industry point of view towards the academia by being a member of the board of studies. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Oh, that's so nice. That is what probably, the way out, more involvement of industry people as advisors, as consultants, and at the same time, involvement of alumni who are also industry experts now, right? But not every institution might have that rich legacy and not that old where so many people are at senior position. Let's say a university started just 3 years, 5 years back, then it may not be possible. But otherwise, definitely, that is, I think, one of the best way. So I would like to share the results and have some discussion on that. Is the slide visible now? The results?
Yes,
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 it
it is.
is.
Yes, it is visible.
Right.
Yes.
So what we can see, there are a lot of points. Wonderful. In fact, I'll need half an hour time at least to understand, read, and evaluate it. But broadly, the words that are visible in a bigger font are basically repeated most of the times, and that's what a word cloud gives. So what we find here, the major challenges: number one, how to encourage participation, first of all. So we call it as training buy-in. How you sell your training program to the participants. That's again a challenge. Training need analysis is a challenge. Resistance to change is a challenge. Preparing effective content is a challenge, repeated many times. The level of participants, everyone will have a different learning orientation, everyone will have a different level of understanding, and everyone will have a different style of learning. So how do you cope up with that? The evaluation part, I think Manish ji shared this point and I talked about it, has been mentioned here. The retention of learning. Fine, you did a training program. You are an excellent trainer. You did a lot of gamification. You did a lot of training exercises. A lot of fun. Learning is lost. So how do you make sure that people retain what exactly they learned from the program or the skill that they acquired during the training session? So these are some of the challenges. There are further more challenges: maintaining flow, right? Managing learning coordination, making the program suitable for all, knowing your audience, then new content, depth and quality, thinking about the topic, wonderful technical issue, how to deal with technical issues in training, how to meet the expectations of the participants, how to start, initiate, icebreakers, how to understand the need of managers and the participants. I mean, participants have their needs. Everyone is interested in self-development. There's no one who will answer this question negatively when I ask that, okay, how many of you want to be successful? So will there be anyone who will say, no, I don't want to be successful? So if you want to be successful, you have to upskill. If you have to upskill, you need to understand what your upskilling needs are, right? Once you understand the upskilling needs, we have food for thought and a material that we can design in order to deliver those skills. So this is what it is: aligning training content with the objectives, training modules, lack of planning, identifying the right resources, good communication skills, content, uh, then fine. Someone has mentioned the name also. So although Mahesh is not a challenge for training, but I understand after mentioning the name also has been mentioned. That's good. Right, please take it with a pinch of salt. Mahesh is not a challenge. Mahesh will be one of the greatest facilitator. Okay, ensuring participation, participants' engagement, knowing your audience, keeping the focus intact, right? Right trained analysis. So that is the training analytics that we all talk about. So this is what it is. Okay, perfect. I believe the expectations and the challenges that all of you have mentioned, we should be able to address almost all of it during this particular program, which in fact is a train the trainer kind of a program. Many of you come from a training background, some of you not from training background, but you have already been a learner all your life. So you know and understand the basics of training and basics of teaching, right? What required now is to brush up those skills, align your skills and abilities, give a direction, and probably that is where the role of experienced trainers and mentors like me goes. Let me share it with you that the reason I still get associated with these kind of training programs, with these kind of train the trainer programs or the PGP program or diploma program, the reason is I feel it is my responsibility to give back to the society whatever I have learned from the society. I'm talking about Indian Society for Training and Development, right? So it is completely part of an outreach activity and giving back to the society, volunteering effort. Otherwise, you can understand that at level of a president of an organization, it is slightly difficult. But I also learn few things when I interact with senior and experienced participants like all of you. And I believe Einstein said, the day we stop learning, we start dying. So that is, I am also a lifelong learner, and I also believe that when I do these programs, I learn a lot. So that is what my objective here is. Let's go back to our presentation. But this was a good exercise because we could get to know each other's expectations. So you now know that what I am going to deliver, because as I shared, I'm going to cover all those expectations, all those challenges for sure in my program. And I know what exactly you are expecting. Moving forward, what is L&D? Oh, I'll not get into definition, but it is a long-term effort to develop and grow the organization. Let me put it very simple. It includes coaching, teaching, knowledge creation, knowledge development, development of the employees, having a great learning experience, building on experiences, improving skills, giving counseling, coaching, mentoring. Everything is part of L&D effort, right? So it's a broader term. One dilemma, one question that often comes, and probably your CFO will put this question time and again, right? Chief Finance Officer. And they will say, what if we train them and they leave? I mean, why do I spend on people in their training and development effort when I know that they hardly stay with me for a year or two? Right? And a very wonderful answer by the training manager is, what if we don't and they stay? So what is the learning? Anyone who can?
Better invest in them. So
Yeah,
investing is the option.
right. Why?
Knowledge.
Because if you don't invest in training and they stay back with you, they are not productive. And it is bad to have a, unproductive employee, maybe 10 of them, rather than having three productive employees. I mean, better is to have three productive employees as compared to 10 unproductive ones. So that is what the dilemma often is, and that is what the solution is, right? So how do you make training more innovative? It is said that Winston Churchill said, empires of future are the empires of the mind. We all are living in a knowledge-driven society. We don't very majority of the businesses, I believe, 25 to 30% of the stock market comprises of companies which are knowledge-driven, right? So the empires of future are the empires of the mind. You need to build and invest in building knowledge workers, right? And how to deliver that? Someone
Sir, I
said,
have one question this side, Vishakhi.
yeah,
I can't able to raise this emoji. So, sir, actually, I'm basically belong from hotel industry, and close to 15 years I was with operation, and then I moved to L&D, learning and development.
right,
What challenge mostly I face, that is because it's an operation which is 24 by 7. When employees has to be to take them to the training session or any kind of activity, to gathering people or gathering team members, which is one of the biggest challenge. Maybe a manager say today is a very high occupancy, or there's a VIP is coming. So in that kind of situation, how to convince or um, convince to the managers to make sure to as much as possible to team members comes, because what happened today, they hotel industry have a lot more options and opportunities. If we are not giving as a company, if we are not giving to the best thing to the team members, then tomorrow they will, wherever they will get a better option or better opportunity, then they will try to find out to shift. So how to handle or how to convince, that's my
right.
point.
So, very good question. The very first thing that is required is top management buy-in, right?
Right.
As leader of the organization, if I am convinced that I need to train my people, then there will be very little resistance from the people down the line, right? So in my organization, because I do a lot of FDPs, I do minimum 15 to 20 training programs for my faculty members in a year. Second, so first is leadership buy-in. If the leadership is with you, they believe in training, right? They understand the importance. And if you're not able to convince them, you're not able to sell your training programs, right? Or your L&D effort to the top management. The first is top management buy-in. The second is there will always be constraints. For example, when I run a university, so there will be examination, there will be evaluation, there will be classes and all that. So I have a faculty team of around 225. I make sure that I don't nominate more than 10%, that is 25 participants to any training program. An ideal size for a training is also 25 to 30, except in the online mode where there are a lot of limitations. We all understand that, especially in hospitality. I mean, how do you do an online training? You can't help people develop balance of the tray and how to hold the knife by teaching online, right?
True.
It will be a disaster. So second thing is that take 10% or 5% of the staff only. And for those 5%, 10%, I'm sure. So I say, okay, I am giving you 190 people to manage the remaining operations. Give me 25.
25. Understood, sir.
Right. And that's how it works.
Right. Thank you so much.
So moving forward, why training and development? So this world is full of three things. Number one, changes. So a lot of creativity, a lot of innovation, right, is coming up. We are living in an era which is full of disruptive changes, right?
Okay.
We call it as disruptive innovation. What is a disruptive innovation? Something that is not incremental, but something that changes the entire landscape, right? So the way Ola and Uber did to our taxi system or to the travel, the way Airbnb and Oyo, right, did to the hospitality or the to the hotel industry or hotel booking, the way Make My Trip and Thrilophilia did probably to the entire travel planning, right? And the way AI is doing to IT industry. So there are changes. And when there are changes, there is more requirement to reskill and upskill the employees, more frequent, right? For example, I was reading somewhere, so around 1 billion people currently in the world needs training, need reskilling, right? So 1 billion people are to be trained. We are 140 people only here. So we have a great responsibility. I don't think AI will take away our job. I don't think this field will be completely disrupted. Uh, so soon. Probably 20 year down the line, we never know. There will be, instead of Amit Jain sitting here, only the avatar of Amit Jain delivering this particular session. But I still see some time left for me to work as a trainer. So there are changes in the industry, and that's why we need training. Number two, whenever there are changes, it emerges, it leads to a lot of challenges. And some of these challenges all of you talked about. Now you imagine that as trainers, if you have so many challenges, how many challenges your participants would be facing in their own work, in their own domain, in their own daily operations. So there are challenges. And third is that we are living in a very competitive world. So there was a time where one company will produce one model of a car, like Ford producing Model T, one car, black color, right? And that is it. But today, if we talk about a car, then probably if we take any one example, any one company, let's say Suzuki or Hyundai is very popular in here in India. So how many different models of cars they sell, right? I believe around 10 models of cars. Every model comes in 3 or 4 variants. So one is petrol, diesel, CNG, LPG, hybrid, battery, right? So it becomes 10 into 5, right? 50 products, right? Every model and every variant comes in 5 to 7 colors with 5 to 7 trims. So the trims are with roof, without sunroof, with what do you call it, ADAS, without ADAS. So that again multiplied by 5. That means every car company is selling 500 SKUs. Am I right? Now that's the level of competition. One company is competing within its product range with 500 models. Now imagine the industry-wide competition, and that is true for almost each and every product. And I believe you need to develop people who are super specialized, experts, highly productive to wade through such a competitive environment. So this is what, Model T to Tesla. So Tesla, right? So my son, my brother, half of my family is in Europe. So they purchased a car recently, a Tesla only. And they said the car was very inexpensive, not very expensive. Right? The software package that we were required to buy along with that costed more.
Sir, I have a small question
Sure.
based on just so since now there are so many disruptive changes, so do we need to have specialists in each, or since it is changing constantly, we need to have generalists but who have the capability to learn fast?
So
Because if I train and then sudden disruption आता है तो वो ट्रेनिंग का तो इन्वेस्टमेंट निकल गया ना.
that's fine, but what other option you have? So you need both actually. So you need generalists to overall conceptualize, design, develop the program, but you need specialists to deliver. For example, if I have to train my employees, recently I got for my entire secretarial staff a specialized training of 5 hour on Google Gemini, how to use for office work, secretaries only. Right. Now you need a person, a specialist only can deliver that. Right. So you need both. What proportion you have to use, and it's obvious this person who is delivering training on Gemini, or let's say GPT, as soon as the version changes, that particular knowledge is redundant, and this person will have to learn new version, a new model. So that's how it is. Yeah, Srijita, how to pronounce your name, tell me that also.
Srijata.
Srijata, right.
Yes. So my question is regarding, again, as you said, there's a competition between industries, but we also have to look into the competition between trainers. I mean, right now in the market, it is flooded with a lot of soft skills trainers, and 90% of them don't even know what they're doing, but they're getting the projects, they're getting everything because of their visibility. How do we combat that?
Right. Your knowledge and your quality will speak for itself
So
over a
I
period of
understand
time.
that.
Right.
I understand.
So it's true. I'm also a marketing professor, so I definitely believe in जो दिखता है वो बिकता है, but जो quality देता है वो टिकता है.
So because I've tried, so there's this. I'll give. I think everybody will know this name, Miss Shivangi Narula. So she's one of the trainers, and she's had this course out there. So I thought I'll give it a try, because they were showing how to take freelance options and all that. When I went into her training, it was utter rubbish. She was just sitting there and talking about her own
Let's
things, and
let's
I don't know
let's
what she
let's
was
not name any specific person. I mean, fine. In general, there are trainers, and look what has happened. Probably the way and the content that she was delivering was not of your level. You were at this level, and they were delivering at this level. So obviously, you will find it not very useful. And that's
Okay.
where the next few slides that I'm going to talk about, what exactly is the training process. And if we follow a process, understand the needs and expectations. Why did I do this Mentimeter quiz? The very first thing I wanted to know that whether I know what my content is for all 10 sessions, right? I've been delivering it for 20 years, and I have upgraded it every 1 year, every 2 years, right? Based on the needs and expectations, because those needs and expectations slightly change and vary. So that is where, if you follow a good process, so there should be people of similar level in a training batch. If someone is at a very higher level, probably they will feel, अरे यार ये trainer क्या बता रहा है, ये तो मुझे पता है, right? And then you will find it not very useful.
So, but what if the content itself is not, according to what they advertise? Say, for example, if they're saying that we will help you understand how to navigate the training market, but they're actually not talking about that at
So
all.
that's what I've said. My word remains same, that जो दिखता है वो बिकता है is true in the market, but जो quality देता है वो long term में टिकता है. So probably they may not survive or exist in long term, in long run of the organization. Yeah, Kshitija.
Thank you.
Hello, sir. Good morning. Thank you so much. So my question was, when we are especially at corporate trainings, employees might be a little reluctant towards the trainings. There might be a chance that the companies have made it a compulsion for them to attend the training. Now, the trainings might be regarding leadership, communication, or basically corporate communication. Sometimes what happens with age, you believe that you know it all, but there might be a reason as a team you are not succeeding as much when it comes to closing the deals or communicating efficiently with the clients or so. So, what is as an expert, what is your top-notch approach for such participants or learners in a training?
Right. So, again, my response will remain same as what I said, I think, to Srijata also, that, the top management or leadership buy-in is very important, and developing a culture of learning and development in the organization is very important, where training is not seen as a taboo. right? So training,
Okay.
people need to realize and understand that training is not given actually to people who are not good enough, but training is given to people who are most competent, they have highest potential, and they can do much better. An organization also would like to invest in those people only, right? So once that develops, that okay, if people feel proud if I select them and shortlist them for a training program, and
Oh,
once I deliver in that training program, they give this comment that thank you so much for selecting me for this training. It was one of the best opportunity that you have given to us, right? So once you develop that culture, and how that culture will develop, as a president, I'll go and sit in some training sessions to learn. Now that
okay.
gives a message that learning and development is important. All of you need to be a lifelong learner. If your president can come and sit in a training session and learn something, why not you?
Sure, sure.
That's
Understood. That actually helps. That really helps. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
right, right, right. We'll take Joginder ji. Let me have two, three more slides, and then I'll take your comment. So this is a slide of challenges, and this is a slide of competition. So this is what competition is. You feel with a lot of training, knowledge, your degree programs, you have a parachute, but when you will land, you will find yourself in such situation at the shore. So what happens? It is said that 18th century, 16th century has been described as the age of muscle power. So in our colloquial language, we call it कि भाई जिसकी लाठी उसकी भैंस. So there were kings fighting with each other. Better the army, more the muscle power, a bigger king you are, right? Then comes 18th century, age of money power. So if you have a lot of money with you, you will build huge factories. You will build huge factories. You will have mass production, the way Model T or the way textile mills in UK were set up, right? But this century is called as a century of knowledge power, right? And probably that is the reason that all of us need to work on improving our skills. That's what the importance of training is. Yeah, Joginder ji. Yeah, Mr. Joginder Kumar. Yeah. Yeah, please go ahead. No, 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 you're not audible. No. So I think, Joginder ji, you're not audible. So probably there's some problem with the mic in your computer system. Whenever you are able to connect and speak, please feel free to speak.
I have a query here. May I ask?
Okay, right, right, right. Uh, yeah, let's take one by
So,
one quickly. Yeah.
so just the third point, managing individual decisions. This, if you could clarify.
Right. Yeah, I'll be talking about this slide only. So there was a study done of 200 managers, successful managers by Harvard, and the outcomes were that what are the skills that effective managers need. So that basically gives us some idea about generic training programs that all of us
Gives us
actually
some
need
idea
to
about
design.
generic training programs that some idea about programs
Uh, yes, sir. So there is an echo coming from some other system. So all will have to be on mute. Right. What are these generic skills? So number one is communication skills, which includes listening. That covers a lot about how to hold effective meetings, how to have cordial relationship between the supervisor and the subordinates. A lot of aspects get covered in communication part. Then a lot of training is required on managing time and stress. A lot of mental health issues coming up, a lot of burnout issues coming up. All right. So that is a training area, managing individual decisions, right? So decision, what a manager does. I mean, if I look from a leadership perspective, I have two major functions. Number one, the buck stops at me, so I have to take a lot of decisions, and every decision of mine will have repercussions, right? Sometimes monetarily, sometimes behaviorally, but there are repercussions of each and every decision of mine. To as simple as that, selecting these 30 candidates who will be trained in my next training program, there are repercussions, right? And the second most important task that I do is managing conflict, because I work, there are close to 35 leadership team members, the directors who report to me. There are total around 225 faculty members, 350 plus support staff members, a staff of around 700 I'm handling. And when there are such a large team, and it's a university, it's still not a corporate organization, I can understand that in your organizations it will be much bigger, right? So when there are so many people working together, there will be teams. When there are teams, there will be conflict. When there are conflict, it will reduce productivity. And my job as leader is to improve productivity, growth, follow the vision of my founders, my chancellor. So obviously, so these are two major things that you were asking, that managing individual decisions. Decision making is a skill, and there are good training programs that can be designed and conducted on decision making skills. I hope I answered that. Then solving problems. First of all, the major challenge is recognizing the root cause of a problem. Most of the times, managers deal with problems superficially, what we call as pushing under the carpet. But that approach should not be there. You should go into the root cause of a problem. And if you know and understand how to get into the detail, we say devil is in the detail. So get into the details, dive deep, understand, find out the root cause, and try to eradicate or remove the problem from structural level rather than a superficial level. So that is what it is. Then motivating and influencing other, you gain power and control, you gain authority by virtue of your position, but uh, you become a leader when you are able to motivate the team and influence others so that they start following you. So you have to lead by the example, you have to follow servant leadership, you have to follow a participatory leadership style. We'll talk about some of these in one of the chapter. Next is delegation, very important. You can't do everything on your own, so you need to delegate. Self-awareness, helping people know and understand their strengths and weaknesses. As part of my corporate training programs, I still do a SWOT analysis, and sometimes the SWOT analysis goes into 3 hour, 4 hour, 6 hour duration with a small batch of 25, 30. Someone may say that, I mean, fine, our teacher in class, grade 8th, taught us how to do a SWOT analysis. Why, as a trainer, charging so hefty amount, you're doing this exercise? But we do that, and my participants find it very useful because I have a very detailed framework of doing a SWOT analysis. I have 20 slides on how to do a SWOT analysis. Now, that is the detailed view that you have to take for all your training sessions, all your training program. So team building is important in managing conflict. So this gives some idea about what kind of training program. I can take one or two questions, maybe Julie. Yeah, Ms. Shinde.
Hello,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, please.
So I am Zui. A different name,
Okay.
Zui.
Julie. Okay, sorry. All right.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's a very different name. I understand. I get it. So I have been going through training for blue collar. Like housekeeping staff, the security staff, parking staff. So there has been constraints from them. They're like, we are not that learned, we are not had fancy degrees or education. So it becomes very difficult to get them to be confident, to build a confidence in them because I can go down at that level. So I have done hotel management. So I'm a front office and housekeeping specialist. So I understand what their working is,
Right.
how they work, how they do things. I can get to them at their level and I can make them understand. But it becomes very difficult for me to make them answer back or get them to have a bit of confidence to face the management, to
Understood,
speak
understood.
up.
I got your point, so I'll quickly respond to it. In such type of training scenarios, the focus is should not be on knowledge, but on skill building. Skill building will happen when they will do a lot of role play and practice.
So actually, I have I do training for both. So
Hmm.
one point is that we need to ask them to communicate because if they are for the mall management or the school
Hmm.
management, so
Hmm.
parents might be coming, they will ask for directions or something like that. Or for the staff also because they are housekeeping staff or the security staff, their first point of contact for anyone to ask like where is the location,
Hmm.
what it
Hmm.
is.
Hmm.
So just for them to be confident enough to speak, like at least say good morning, and then they can get
Right,
into
right, right,
Hindi or the common language, and they
right,
can
right.
guide them how to go around.
So yeah, still, what I understand that more of role plays are required in such training situation. We can take it offline, right? I would not like to hold on others on this specific point.
And
Right.
there was one more thing, like with experience, you get promoted to management.
Mhm.
So now there was one person who was promoted to a senior supervisor in the management.
Julie, will
Yes.
hold it back because I have to
Okay.
wind up the session. The next faculty will be coming in
Oh,
5 minutes time, right? So one last question from Goswami ji for the day, and let me
no.
complete with 4 5 more slides, and then we'll take it up remaining questions in the next class if it
Sir,
Thank
works
you.
well with
Questions
everyone.
in the
Thank
next
you. Thank you.
class.
sir,
If it works
sir,
better
thank you,
in
sir.
the next
Thank you,
class.
sir. Sir, thank you, sir. Am I audible, sir? Am I
Yeah,
audible?
please go ahead.
Okay, sir. My question, I have two questions. One, this is in previous slide there was a bullet managing time and stress. Managing time it is in one's own hands, but managing is stress. I think some light is to be
That
thrown on
also
this.
is in one's own hand only.
Okay, sir.
We'll,
Okay,
we'll have more
okay,
detailed discussion on that.
okay, sir. Okay, and another is we will be having your this PPT.
Yes,
It
yes,
will
yes,
be distributed.
yes,
Thank you, sir.
yes,
Thank you. Thank you, man.
of
Thank you,
course.
sir.
Right. So I'm not taking more questions. Sorry for that. I know some people had raised hand, you know, but we have a limitation and time constraint. So quickly, difference between training and L&D. Training is a short-term effort, one session, one topic, one objective, one outcome. L&D is a broader function. It includes training, coaching,
It
mentoring,
includes training,
all these aspects, right?
doing all
I request everyone to be on mute, otherwise the echo comes. Okay. The key responsibilities of L&D. So you have to enhance the hard and soft skills, succession, onboarding, compliance, on the job, sharing of institutional knowledge, upskilling or reskilling. Probably we have talked about all of it during our discussion, role of a trainer, the key responsibilities of L&D. The first thing, training need analysis. What I did a survey. You can do, I had interaction, so I got some idea based on interviews. I have observed some things based on your details of the job role and profile you are in. And organizations can do a formal review where they can find out competency, they can do competency mapping, they can find out the gaps, and they can design training programs. So these are four approaches, right? Then developing the program, obviously it has to be functional, engaging, and accessible, useful to everyone. Okay. this is only the trailer of the entire course that we are going to have. So all these points will be having a very detailed discussion. So don't mind if I rush through it, because this is only an introductory chapter of the entire course. How to deliver training, use multimodal ways, workshops, e-learning, video, simulation, mentoring program. These are the, and then, you have to also provide support in performance. Training should yield good results. And if it yield good results, you have to support their performance in the organization also. So you also become kind of a coach and a mentor. I have so many examples where participants of my training program, they stay connected, they connect on LinkedIn, they keep on writing that I face this problem today, right? I often respond, not immediately, but definitely I look at that, I think about it. So as a trainer, you become a mentor and coach. That what you have to. And then comes the evaluation part, which is through a Kirkpatrick model. We have a full model covered in one of the chapter, which basically captures reaction, learning, behavior and results. Reaction of the participant, learning of the participant. So someone asked about evaluation part. So there is a framework to evaluate everything: reaction, learning, behavior, as well as the results. Uh, and the last part, which is how to create a culture of learning. I think we had some discussion where I've given an example that as a leader, first thing is leadership buyout. Second is limited participants. Third is the leadership is involved in the training. They also go and sit in some of these sessions. There will be a culture of learning and development, right? And there is a lot of importance of peer-to-peer learning. So what is peer-to-peer learning? You develop a culture that every fortnight, one person from same division has to do a training for all others. Now you have developed a learning culture, because then this removes the taboo. Today I am conducting a training, tomorrow my colleague will conduct training and I will learn. And obviously this colleague has to think about something that is already not known. Okay. Staying current is very important. So all learning professionals, we need to be lifelong learner. Every training program, I learn something, all of you learn something. So what are the common roles of L&D department? What functions you will perform? 7 roles. You could be a trainer and facilitator. You can act as a coach. You could be instructional designer. There is one full course on instructional design. You can be a L&D manager, right? You could be a training coordinator, just managing the infrastructure and all other aspect. You can be a learning technologist. There's a lot of use of AI happening, right? Or you could be a chief learning officer, or L&D head of the organization and all that. So these are different roles that you play. As I said in the beginning, when I use word training manager, I'm referring to all 7. Right? I'm using a generic term. By training manager, I mean someone who manages training, and all 7 roles I'm talking about. There's a lot of involvement of technology. We have one full chapter on use of technological tools and aids, and we'll be talking about that. There are wonderful tools available. Many of you would have used Perplexity or GPT, or one of the best one for L&D that I find is Notebook LM. So fine, I'll have a detailed hands-on session on how you can effectively use Notebook LM for your learning and development effort. All of you will have a LMS in the organization, or a learning experience platform. LXP is the front end, LMS is the back end, right? So what front end delivers and how it is supported by the back end LMS. And there are a lot of advantages of digital learning. We could address 150 plus participants today. Because of digital learning, in a physical training session, I would not have entertained more than 30. Right. So those are the advantages, but at the same time, there are some limitations also, and it definitely L&D helps to tackle the skill gap, keep employees up to date, and it helps to improve the performance. It helps to attract good talent. People want to join organizations that help you to grow and develop. People join organizations for culture, right? Because beyond that level, salary difference doesn't make much of an impact, right? So a lot of things are there, which are the advantages, right? So I think that is it from my side as far as the first introductory chapter of how to manage the training, learning, and development process is concerned. Right? So I think I'm dot on time. This is 10:06. So anyone, Gurinderji,
Sir,
can I close the session now? And
yes, sir. We have
Can
our
I
national
close the
president.
session now? And
right, is Atulji joining?
He has joined, sir. He's already there.
Right. Let me just say hello to him and then I'll leave.
Namaskar, Amitji. Nice to see you.
Good to see you, sir.
Thank you for being our opening batsman, and always good to have the best at the start.
Right. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Right.
So, a brief about our national president, Mr. Atul Shah, an All India double gold medalist in the ISTD's training and development course. He has been awarded the Trainer Icon Award by the Trainers Association. He holds a mechanical engineering degree, master's degree in human resource management, and a postgraduate diploma in psychotherapy and counseling. After an initial stint with Mukund Limited Mumbai under the Ministry of Shipping, he was heading the HR department. He took his VRS from the government service and became the director of IMTR Institute of Management Training and Research for 10 years. He is also the founder and chairman of GITS India. He has piloted over 3,500 workshops and seminars attended by a range of corporate and government bodies. I welcome you, sir, for this session.
Thank you, Mr. Gurvinder. Am I loud and clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I recollect vividly, just being like
Yes.
each one of you all, the year 1999, I had joined this very same program. I feel a sense of deja vu as memories come gushing back. Life, I confess candidly, without an iota of exaggeration or hyperbole, life has never been the same after I completed this ISTD's program. In this tumultuous 26 years since I completed this program, I share 4 quick mantras, which I would feel could be the secret sauce for all of us as trainers. Mantra number 1, we are here living to give. I repeat, we are living to give. The cliche, we hear of it often. But living to give catapults meaning and purpose to human life. You as a trainer or as an L&D exponent can give what nobody else can give. You can give hope, you can give confidence, you can give insight, you can give a pat on the back. You can give a listening ear, you can propel passion, you can kindle hope, you can multiply satisfaction. You are rich and you can enrich lives. So there's a very nice quote that I recollect. You make a living with what you get. You make a living with what you get. But as a trainer, you will make a life with what you give. Point number 2, a very interesting quote I had heard was first break all the rules. But that's not the mantra I'm speaking about. The mantra is first learn all the rules. When you join this program, we would be in a hurry to land up doing our own thing, breaking the rules, making our own path, going on a tangent. But first, learn all the rules, master the rules, digest the concepts, sink into all the theories that come, and once you have mastered it, be ready to break it. And break the rules you must. If you follow all the rules, you will remain a follower. You will have to break a few rules to be a leader. But break you must only and only when you have mastered all the rules. Point number 3. In this program, there would be a lot of things that you will learn and you will also grow a lot of confidence. But remember, what you don't use, you will lose. You may bring up confidence, but remember that confidence not used withers. Passion could be visibly noticeable now as you start the program, but passion not pursued wanes. Strategy not implemented dies. The gains of this 15th month program would come to naught, to zero, to shunya if you don't start putting it into practice straight away. There's a very nice little quote that says the best way to succeed is to start even before you're ready. Start it tomorrow. Think you're already an accomplished trainer. Many of you already are. Keep revving up your confidence. Delete timeouts, strategic timeouts. Begin with whatever you have, wherever you are, because if you don't use it, you will lose it. And point number 4, there are no accidents. Probably in a part of this program, once I'll share the delightful movie Kung Fu Panda 1, where a big fat panda wants to be a Kung Fu warrior. A normal Kung Fu warrior is only muscle, no fat. But a panda is only fat, no muscle. But how the trainer makes him into a Kung Fu warrior is a movie to watch. The methodology he uses. And the key thing, when he was selected, everybody felt he wasn't the right guy, but the master kept repeating one thing, that there are no accidents. He wasn't selected just by fluke. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, as you are seated here in this audience, believe that this is no accident that you all are here with us today. Believe that it's no accident that you have joined this program. And I believe it's no accident that we are getting a chance to share with each one of you all. This course, I'm a mechanical engineer, this course got me to move, to shift from the mundane nuts and bolts engineering field to the buzzing and happening L&D function. But if you believe it can happen, it will. Believe, one, that you're born to train. Believe that you're here living to give. Don't forget to learn all the rules and then break them. Have them embedded in you that what you don't use, you will lose. And we are all here together. And this is no accident. In the process of this program, we will rub shoulders again. And we will get a chance to learn and share with each one of you all. We will learn to share and share to learn. Thank you, Anetki, to him, Guruvendraji, and each one of you all. You are now part of this ISTD family. We will keep in touch. All the very best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for
Thank you
the
so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
Thanks
so
a
much,
lot,
sir.
sir. Thank
You
you.
give us
Thank you,
great
sir.
motivation, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you
will
very much. And we
Thank you
feel
very much.
with joy
Thank you,
unspeakable.
sir.
Joy unspeakable and pleasure undiluted to have you all each, many of you all working professionals, to be able to come back into the learning arena, because you will never grow old. You will never grow old. Once you stop growing, you will become old. That's why we have so many young faces. But I want the cameras on for one nice big group family photograph. Everybody, cameras on, please. And can we have a nice little thumbs up? Pareshwar Sahu ji, Ma'am Sharon, the cameras on, please, if possible. Yes, Gurinder, have the cameras clicking.
yes, sir.
As batch number 94 is open, alive, and kicking. Done?
On the job, sir.
On the job. Wait, everybody, keep on.
Done, sir.
Done. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, very much. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you all. We'll have a short break of 10
Thank
minutes.
you, sir.
We'll start at 10:25. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Rita, Rita,